Hi, I'm Connor Brooks, and I'm doing Package Tracer 10.4.3, which is Basic Device Configuration. So my objectives are completing the network documentation, performing basic device configurations on a router and a switch, and verifying connectivity and troubleshooting any issues. So we're going to start off by looking at the requirements. So provide the missing information in the addressing table, which the missing information is the default gateway, which is right here or right here, depending on where you are on the network. And so we're going to start off by configuring the router. So on here, enable config, and then we tells you to name the router, so host name RTA, and then we'll do banner MOTD, so because we'll set up the banner. So we'll just do some type of text like authorized users only, and then tells us to set up the passwords, so Cisco for user exec password for all lines, so we'll do enable password Cisco, and then since all lines, so we'll go console line password Cisco login, and then the VTY 15, and then password Cisco login, and then we'll do the secret password, so enable secret class, and then we have to encrypt all the passwords, so service password -encryption, and now we'll configure the IPv4 and IPv6 addressing. So we'll go to the interface G00 and then IP address. We'll look at the addressing table. We'll see for G00 we'll get 172.14.5.1 and the subnet mask 255.255.250, and then we'll do the IPv6 address. So IPv6 address is 1 db8 fay 1.1.64, and then the link local, so IP address, and we'll do FE81, and then we'll put link-local. And now we can do no shutdown, so turn the line on, and then we can do a description of it. So it also says we should do a description of all interfaces. Switch 2, which is and then we want to switch 2. So we'll do about the same thing here. So enable config, and then we'll change the host name first. Since we can't config the switch 1, host name ASW-2, and then see what else we need to do. So we need to do the password, so enable password Cisco, and then we'll do the secret right now, class, and then now we'll do all the lines, so password Cisco login, line VTY 015, 04, since we're on a switch, sorry, password Cisco, log in, exit that, and we can do service password encryption. Can't forget the banner MOTD. It's about the same thing as last time, so authorized. There's only. Now we can go into the VLAN interface and set up that IP address 172.14.10.35 5.255.250. We don't have an IPv6 address that we have to set up, so we'll just do shutdown and then we'll make a description and we'll just put VLAN, and then we can leave this and then do copy running config, startup config, just like on the router. And now we are done with configuring the switch and the router, so now we can move on to the hosts and configuring the IP for all the hosts. So start with user 1, so make sure the IP is right, and then we'll do default gateway. So this side of the network is using the G0 interface, so do 172.14.5.1 default gateway, and the IPv6 address 2001 DB8 cafe 150 /64. Then the default gateway, which is the link local that we set up earlier, FE81. And then we'll do the same thing for user 2 and make sure it matches up. Yep. And we'll do default gateway, same as the other one, 5.1. And then IPv6 address, which is 2001 DB8 cafe 160 64, and the default gateway, which is FE81 still. Now we can move on to user 3. IP address, make sure it's the same. Now we'll change the default gateway, 172.14.5.1. And then the IPv6 address, 2001 DB8 cafe 250 64. And since we're on this side of the network, we'll do this one, which is, since we're on this one, we gotta change the 10 instead. And then since that, do FE82. And now we can go to user 4. Oops. Sure everything matches up, and we can see that it is the wrong IPv4 address, so we'll change that. So 172.14.10.60, and then the default gateway, 172.14.10.1, and the IPv6 address, 2001 DB8 cafe 260, then /64, and then we'll set up the default gateway, which is FE82. And that is it for the Packet Tracer Basic Device Configuration 10.4.3. Thank you for